endorsing the Darius Minor Foundation. Our first fundraising campaign is the All American Cleat Drive running May 5th through June 4th. Check out social media for the link. If you can't donate, that's A-OK. I just ask that you please share, retweet, get it all across social media so we can help and impact as many student athletes as possible. With that being said, let's get into it. Spotlight 39 starts now. What's going on, everybody? It's Rob Odie. This is Spotlight 39. I'm in the Bear Cave. You know the Studio 39. Look, we got a good one. We're live, Twitter, YouTube. So look, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on. More importantly, give this video a thumbs up. That's the only way we're going to continue to grow. Comment during the broadcast. Show my guy some love. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Look, he's a coach, man. He's got tons of knowledge. If you got a question, bring it up on the screen. We'll see if we can't get you an answer. All right? Now that stuff's out the way, man, let's get into it. Let's learn a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what you do, and all that good stuff, man. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about, yourself and then what you do.
Man, I'm DeMarco King, man, here in Dallas, Texas. I went to one of the best high schools that is known in the United States, and people call it Dallas Carter, but it's David W. Carter. And
Okay.
if you watch the movie Friday Night Lights, that was before my time. That was
Okay.
my cousin them time during that time, but that's the school I went to, man. I had the same head coach there.
Interesting.
I play college ball. Now it's called the FCS, Division One AA at that time at Prairie View A&M, where I went there over numerous schools, so I wouldn't have to move positions, and I went there to play quarterback. Um, I was it was a losing record when we first got there, man, and before we got out of there, man, we broke the streak in 1998. And 1998 was a very special year for the school at that time.
Okay.
We had multiple championships that came around through the campus and things like that, and I was part of that history making deal, and then I won a track championship in the SWAC.
Oh wow.
Went up north, man. Played ball in Canada, man. Got a little call back from Tennessee. That went how it went. Knee got hurt, all them things. Played overseas. Then after that, man, I just went straight to coaching, man. And been there ever since.
Coaching what?
Quarterback coaching. This is my 18th year of doing quarterback coaching, man.
So 18 years, pretty much all in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Pretty much all majority here. Traveled to a couple places
Okay.
across the states, and worked with some amazing kids. And man, I just this is my calling, man.
I love it, man. So look, you got a couple different projects, right? So we got you do, you got an academy, right? So go ahead and tell us a little bit about what the academy is first, and then we'll get into the QB rifle and what the showcase looks like and all that stuff.
All right, so man, the academy, man, we work on skills. We're gonna work um, game situational also skills.
Okay.
It's not just the plain sit in the pocket, 1, 2, 3, throw. I'm gonna work mechanics, footwork. I never had a guy complain about mechanics or footwork that I recommended to coaches, man. You also get some recruiting
Okay.
on my end. I've have numerous guys go into college, man. One of my latest projects, man, was a Tennessee commit who went in early this January after the state game here in Texas. Name is Caden Salters, man.
Okay.
One of the most I think can be a number two, number one pick, man, if everything goes right, man, because
Oh wow.
the way he plays is the way we train, man, and it is crazy to
So
see
he's
all that go along, man.
so he's gonna
But you
show
get
out in the
recruitment to
SEC,
me,
right?
you get all that.
So he's at Tennessee, right? So you've
Right.
got him plugged in at a high level SEC, Power Five program, right? And then you put the high stamp. You said first or second potential, right?
He is, man. He right now he's standing 6'2". Um I'm hoping they putting the right weight on him, man. So if he puts you in the mind, of some guys like a Russell Wilson.
Okay.
He's really I'm gonna even go back a little further. More of a Steve Young.
Oh, okay.
More. He's very athletic. He ran he ran high school in track. He was a great triple jumper in track. Just a kid I met when he was in the sixth grade, man. And man, it's been on ever since.
Okay. So that's the academy aspect, right? So if if kids want to get in touch with you, what's the best way of going about getting in touch with you? I got the Twitter handle up on the page, man. I got your info at the bottom. So if they're tuned in, they can see that. But are there other methods? You got a website, man. You got
Man,
a certain spot that
I
you
took my
train in.
website down, man, because I needed something better
Okay.
than I had. So, just I had it up by the end of this month. But I do, I always tell people to call me, man. It's very, my phone number is everywhere. It's on my Twitter, it's on my Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on whatever else is out there. My phone number is very, that's the way to get in touch with me. But if you want to DM me on Twitter or Insta message me, whatever how you want to do it, man, just get at me, man.
Look, what's the phone number, man? I'm throw it up on the screen.
Man, it's 469
Oh, hold on for a second.
265
469.
2512.
Hold on. You went too fast, man. 469. What? All right. So we having some technical difficulties right now. He'll be back with us momentarily. Let's see where he went. All right. I'm gonna throw the splash screen up. We'll be right back. All right. Cool. So look,
There,
we
there you
back.
go.
It's live TV, right? That's how we operate.
Right,
All
right,
right. So let me get that back up there. Hold on for a second. Let me get that phone number back up so that they'll have that as a direct point of contact, right? So we
right,
got take this off. All right. So we got 469, right?
right. 265
265
2512.
2512. Look, and we're gonna put it right there. Bang, bang. Let's change the color so it's easier to read, right? How about that? Live
There
TV.
you go.
We got the contact info. So if you want some training sessions, man, you want to get right, you want to get better, you're in that Dallas Fort Worth area, reach out to my guy. He'll get you where you need to be. So look, we done talked a little bit about how to get in touch with you. Pretty easy, right? If you didn't know, it's now on the screen. But let's talk a little bit about the rifle. What is it? The Rifleman quarterback challenge, right?
Right, man. The Rifleman QB Challenge.
Hold on.
This
So
is
while you
year
talk about
three.
it, watch this. We about to have some fun. Bang.
Hi. Hey, man. I partner up with a guy, man, that I think is very, very important in the recruiting game. His name is Justin Owens. They call him Coach O, man. Um, and when we talked about this, he was like, "Man, I want to see how you. I want to get in with you." And that's a guy that I've been knowing for a long time, man. And when I tell you, if you're out there and you're paying for anybody's services, you need to be paying for this guy right here, because this guy, I'm good at what I do as far as recruiting, but this guy is great. I'm telling you, he's great, man. Justin Owens, man. So he's gonna come in with me. It's the third year, man. I've had some I got some kids come back in this year, man. That wanted to try to retain their title as champions, the Rifleman.
Okay.
Um, and, and it's gonna be a great addition. It's June 12th and 13th, man, here in Dallas, Texas. If you want to get in, let me know. A lot of my kids have already been handpicked that I sent invitations to. But if you think you can hang, come on with it. It's fifth through ninth grade. But guess what? I do have three underclassmen, three that are in the ones in the third, and the other two are in the fourth grade. Man, they say they gonna come out here and slang that thing with them fifth graders, man.
Okay, look, man, we're starting to see more and more 12 graders. I mean, 12-year-olds, get on the mat. I was just scrolling through my timeline, man. Look, I'm gonna bring you back here. So I was scrolling on the Twitter, man, and this morning I wasn't sure if my eyes were open yet, because I saw a picture. There was this little kid, man. He looked like a little 12-year-old, right? And then next thing you know, you had this massive, just like 6'4", 291, big dude. And I was like, there ain't no way in hell that's his teammate. 12 years old, got his first D1 offer. 12.
Yeah,
Outrageous.
yeah,
Like, if that kid, like, he doesn't need to get bigger, but he is, right? So the
but
fact
he
that
is.
you
Yeah,
got the youth coming in, man, you got third, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11. I mean, you got all levels of talent at all age groups. Man, that's phenomenal, man. So I applaud you for that. And then the fact that you got Coach O on your side, I think that's phenomenal. I've had a couple of dudes on here that has either worked directly with him or have been in conversation with him. Gentleman, Sean Salas. How was the last name pronounced?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So look, Sean, right? I had him on the show.
Yeah,
Great young man, highly recruited tight end, right? Play receiver. I mean, he's just big bodied. And over this all season, man, that young man has put out, right? And because of that, his offers is starting to show that much more. And he gave a lot of credit to Coach O. So shout out to Coach O. Hopefully, at one point we'll get the link up, man, and we'll get to chat. But until then, I'll just keep plugging you and keep shouting you out for the work that you do. So that's the Rifleman, right? So you got a little of this, you got a little of that. Any kids that you want to shout out, man, that personally, that you've worked with, that is got the talent, got the skill set, that might be under recruited, that you want to plug right now, man.
yeah, man. I'm gonna start out with some of these kids that's about to be some 23s, man.
Okay.
Yeah, 23s. So you have a kid named Cedric Harden Jr. who's
Okay.
down in Cedar Hill, Texas, man. Man, the kid is very athletic. He went to school with Caden Salters. He was his backup, so you're gonna pretty much get the same type of talent with that kid.
Okay.
Um, in my and another kid that's in that class was two. One is we call him K5, man.
Okay.
Um,
Not the
K
new Kia
Davis, man.
K5, not the new Kia.
Yeah, man. K5, man, can he's not only is he intelligent, man, but he's a pinpoint thrower, man. Very athletic. Been watching him and Seth since they were young kids, man. And another kid, his name is Kite. Oh no, yeah, Kite Anderson, man. He's
Okay.
at South Lake. Oh man, kid just started playing quarterback to seventh grade, I believe. He's 6'5". Um,
Class of
he
23.
was at my class 23. Came to my Rifleman challenge and won it.
Oh,
Kid was kid was phenomenal, man. He's a big kid. He's behind one of the number one kid in that class in this year's class coming up, Quinn Aaron, who's committed to Ohio State right now.
okay.
In class 22, I also got there's a kid named Glenn Rice Jr. Glenn Rice Jr. Man,
I've heard that name a few
um,
times, right?
yeah, man, kid. I've been having a kid since he was in the fifth grade. Very athletic. Can throw it every angle that you want, man, and can get the yards if you need it.
Okay.
That's a winner. I know he has a couple offers right now, but I think he's still under recruited.
Okay. So those are
And
some
then
dudes
and,
to
and
keep an eye on in Texas, right?
right, and one more.
Oh, okay. What we got?
Well, two more. I'm sorry, I forgot about Daryl Richardson, who is at Skyline. He's a big 6'5". I don't. He can play. He can in college. He can play quarterback. He reminds me of Byron Leftwich. He
Okay.
can play the quarterback position, or he can do like Mac Jones, the Mac Jones that went to Oklahoma, that went to Arkansas, and get moved to wide receiver in the NFL.
He could pull a
Same
Tim
way.
Tebow and sign, 5 years after he played football and become a tight end, right?
Right, man. He's a very athletic kid. And then on that 24 level, man, there's so many kids. But one kid that you're going to hear enough about is a kid named DJ Bailey.
Okay.
DJ Bailey is going to be the kid to watch out for. He's at DeSoto High School. DeSoto has many kids that are committed out of their school. They call it the DeSoto U now. They call it the U.
All the
But
talent's coming out
but
of there.
yeah, man, that's good, man. But I tell you, man, that I got another kid, Kyton Barker. He's a 25. No, he's a 26 kid, I believe. Yeah, he's 26. Kid can sling it.
Class of
He's
26, and we're
down
already
south.
talking about him.
Yeah, man, he's down south. Very smart, very intelligent with the ball, man. Got the touch you want, but he also has that Brett Favre arm, Aaron Rodgers type arm, man. That
Okay.
he can change the ball. He can change the speed of the ball real quick on you.
Okay. Good deal. So look, you done shouted out a handful of kids, right? From class of what, 26 on up.
Yeah, man, 26 on up, man. These kids, man. I've been watching. I actually been watching a lot of these kids since they were, the ones that are 20, that are 22s. I've been watching them since they were fifth grade, man. And these kids, man, have really stuck with the program. A couple I trained. A couple I trained at a few times or whatever, and they just come in, man. And uh, uh, I can say this: everybody believes that you have to be 6'2" and 6'3" now to play quarterback. That's the old way,
That look,
you
I was
know.
just having that conversation this morning, man, with an international young man, Connor Tate, out of Portugal. He's trying to live the dream of playing American football, man. He's been working crazy hard, and we were talking about,
Look,
look, your size. I mean, he's slightly undersized. He runs a 4.4. He can throw the rock, right? He's chiseled like a freaking machine, and he's just trying to get on the radar. And I'm like, look, it's not all about size these days. I mean, look at you. You got Kyler Murray, right? You got Russ Westbrook. I mean, Russ Wilson, right?
right?
Drew Brees. You had a handful of these dudes that were quote undersized, and look at the careers that they're having. I mean, Kyler, he's still young enough to figure out what's going to happen with him. But Wilson, Drew Brees. I mean, those were little dudes that are MVPs of the league, Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl MVPs. So size
Hey,
is it a thing? I don't think so.
I was I was actually my school was actually two games from playing from. I think if we would have kept winning, if we won two more games, we played Drew Brees, man, in high school.
Oh, that's cool.
He's from Austin, Texas,
Yep.
man, and kid had an arm.
Yeah.
Kid had an arm
Yeah.
on him, man. So
And people doubted the size, right? They
right, they
he,
doubted him.
he wasn't gonna be a
He
high
went to
level
Purdue and
quarterback
had
in
a
the
great
NFL.
career.
Psh, look,
Great career, man.
he one of the
Kyler
best
Murray,
to
he's
do it.
from he's right here from Dallas.
Yep. I mean, so there,
So
talent doesn't, size doesn't define talent, right? I mean, if you've got the talent, you've got the will, you got the work ethic, you can do and be whatever you want. That's the message, right?
that is the message, man, and I love the message, man, for these youngsters, man. I see on Twitter, um, I got my 19th offer, I got my 38th offer, guys. I don't care if you get one offer, just you don't have to announce what number it is. We're going to see what number it is through whatever through the internet.
That's it.
Guys, just go on there and just say, hey, I want to thank such and such for offering me today. Quit counting them. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Because you only can go to one.
That's it. You
On
needed
signing
one.
day,
Listen,
you can only sign with one.
that's it. hundred
So
percent.
quit that comes a turn off. It comes a turn off because you start putting that target on your back, and when you don't perform, man, hey,
I mean, we
I'm
see it
telling you,
all too
man.
often, man.
One
We got
one
five
kid I
star
do
kids, man.
admire.
Hold on. I was going to say
One
we got 5-star kids, right? That are stacking offers that ultimately commit to your Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame, like your major Power Fives, right? They get there and then they get lost in traffic. They're no longer the big man on campus. They're no longer the 5-star superstar. They are now a regular Joe trying to find a spot on the roster. Can they do it? A lot of times they can't. I mean, if you look at the numbers, 5 stars don't define a player. There are plenty of 2 and 3 stars that just got drafted. There's noticeably more 2 and 3 stars that just got drafted than 4 and 5 star kids, right? So, that's just food for thought. And we chatted about this a little bit offline, before we went live. And it's like, man, everybody's counting these opportunities or these offers, right? I call them blessings because at the end of the day, if you've got somebody that wants you to be a part of what they got going on, that's a blessing, right? That's
that's a
that's not a,
blessing.
that's not an offer. That's not an opportunity. That's a blessing because the
Blessing.
times that we're living in right now, offers they're few far in between, right? We got kids scrounging for scholarship opportunities, just begging for that opportunity, and then we got other kids who's just stacking. You know what I mean? And it's great to have the talent. It's great to be wanted by all these programs, but at the same time, man, like, if your dream school is Alabama or Clemson and you got the opportunity, why does it matter if Louisville comes calling, 6 weeks after you got the offer that you wanted? Commit, make that
Right.
opportunity, sign on the dotted line, right? Take your scholarship, and then let other kids, have opportunities that they want to live out, right? So that's my thought, but I didn't want to cut you off. You were dropping some
No,
knowledge, man.
you said exactly, man. Now I can say this. If you have a buddy, man, or two that you know can play somewhere, it's not selfish if you just hold off, till but if you want to sign in the spring, I mean in the fall, so you're going to spring, I understand you're gonna commit early, this and that.
Yep.
But if you're that guy, that sought out guy, and you're not gonna commit to the spring, help some of your teammates out by, hey coach, this guy over here can play, coach. You know,
Exactly it.
and that might not even be the school you want to go to, but if you can try to do that part, man, just go ahead and try to do that, man, and just help your teammates out that way.
Because at the end of the
But
day,
I am,
you're
man.
helping
I
them,
I
right?
tell you what, man, it's a blessing.
That's it. Like you said, if you got the dream opportunity and then you continuously get these offers, right? Utilize those relationships that these coaches are trying to build. And like you said, man, look out for your team, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a team sport. They're helping you get to the end goal. You're helping them. So if you can help them along the way with the recruiting process, man, and just plant the seed. Maybe at in your mindset, you're committing to Clemson, but yet you got Florida State. You got a great relationship. They keep in contact on the daily, and say you're the quarterback, you got your number one wide receiver that is continuously making you look good, right? Because you put the ball in the air, he's coming down with it. Why not pass along that information, right? Help him, get his foot in the door. Maybe Florida State's the right, call for him. Maybe it's not. But guess what? His name's now going to be seen a little bit more because you being a high level, sought after recruit is now going to, you know, plug that in. That's my mindset, man. And that's exactly kind of what Spotlight 39 is all about, right? I don't care if you got 0 offers, 0 stars, 5 stars, and 100 offers. If you got a story to share, man, I got a platform for you, and I want you to help as many kids as possible. And I've had some great kids, man, that are like four-star kids, right? 5-star kids that are going to Mississippi State, that are going to Georgia, right? And they take the time to not just share their story, but then they lend advice on how they got to where they're at, right? Maybe it's sheer size, but at the same time, they also put in the footwork. They put in the time to seek after these coaches, send emails catered to those coaches, not just plug in on social media and say, "Hey, coach, check my film out." Man, you're gonna get lost in the storm.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've got just under 4,000 followers, and I put one tweet out about drop your film, and I get 700, 800 replies. You know, imagine if a coach has 200,000 followers, right? And you're trying to reach out to them. They're probably not going to see you, right? I mean, that's the reality of things. So
Hey, don't make your film no more than 2 minutes, please. Please don't make the highlight no longer than 2 minutes.
no more than
Like
two
he just
minutes.
said, like he just said, those coaches have 200, 300,000 followers, man, and they can't look at 70, 80 uh, film of guys that are 5 minutes long.
Oh,
It, it,
that's it.
it gets boring.
So think about this. So on Tuesdays, right? So last Tuesday, I started the first interactive highlight film breakdown, right? So I brought in my guy Jordan from Prep Red Zone. He's real analytical, so he gives you like the raw breakdown, and then I come in just get some candid feedback. But we had over 100 kids watching the broadcast last Tuesday, and for an hour and 40 minutes, everybody was saying, "Watch my film, watch my film." So we were doing 2.5 minutes, which is funny you said that because it was literally 2.5 minute clips, and then we would break it down, give feedback, move to the next kid because we couldn't fit in that many. So if you think about what a coach goes through, man, there ain't no way in the world that coach wants to sit through a 8 minute, 10 minute huddle, times 500. They just don't have the time in the day.
It's not gonna happen.
That's it. So look, man, we've been it's it's 8:30, right? We've been having some good conversation. But let's do this, man. You know, let's close it out with what advice that we haven't shared already. What advice do you got for these young kids just through the recruiting process as a whole. You've been doing your thing for 18 plus years in the coaching training aspect, and then obviously, player for years before. So you're super knowledgeable. What knowledge can you drop on these kids to kickstart their recruiting process, to be seen? What can they do differently?
Well, since now we're in the age of technology, man. Um, watch what you tweeting, watch what you retweet.
That's it.
Uh, why would you put on social media? Period, man. It's not. I'm not telling you not to be yourself, but if you can't expect nobody to invest. Whether it's 10,000 or $80,000 a year in you, and you're going to be what's the word I'm looking? You're going to be a financial burden.
That's it. You're a
Okay,
liability,
you,
right?
you're a
Liability to
liability, so
the
you
team.
you really don't want that.
That's it.
Hey, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta do this, man.
Let's do
But
it.
I cannot forget my kid Jake Strong, man. Listen to that
You said
name.
you
You're
said
gonna
hold
hear
on. You
that
said
name,
Jake Strong, right?
Jake Strong.
So I've been following him since I started this thing. At some point, we got to link up and get my guy on the show. We got
Hey,
to make that
you
happen.
cannot forget Jake Strong, man.
Shout him
You
out, man.
cannot forget Jake Strong.
He's got some strong
But
film.
yeah, he strong kid too, man. But I want you guys to understand this, man. Be yourself, but watch what you put on out there on social media. I'm not telling you that you can be righteous, but you can't be a fool to think somebody's going to give that much money to you for you to come on campus and be gone over something foolish within the first month or two or whatever it is.
That's it.
I can always say, watch your grades, but it was a thing that Coach O said one time, and I've been saying it for a long time. And he said, C's get you into JUCO. Okay? Know the difference. Know the difference between your overall GPA and your cumulative GPA
Right.
and what you need for NCAA.
That's it.
Okay? Know the difference. It's only 5 classes they take. 5 subjects: math, science, English, social studies, and that foreign language. You get a B in all those, guess what? You're good.
You're in it. You
You're
academically
in.
qualified.
Yes. Um, and another thing, man, is you know take this recruiting thing serious. I watched guys. I'm not gonna name them, but I watched guys disrespect coaches, man.
You're
On the
seeing that
phone, man,
more and
by
more.
hanging up.
Man, you're seeing it in person. We saw we
Yes,
saw
I
we
seen it
saw
in
the, we
person.
saw we saw the Cam Newton 7-on-7. That went viral,
Right,
right? I mean that's
it went
outrageous.
viral.
So
And these guys, I watch guys just disrespect coaches, man, because they don't like the school or whatever. But you never know that coach that's recruiting you. I'm gonna say the University of Memphis. If this guy's recruiting you at the University of Memphis, then next week he can be at the University of Utah,
that's
or
it.
he can be at Southern Cal, or he can be UT. And guess what? You disrespected that guy. Guess what he's gonna tell that coaching staff, man? He
That's it.
disrespectful, man.
100%. Because I mean, look, the coaches, man, they come and go. It's a business, right? I mean,
It's a
at the end of the
business.
day, like you said, he could be at Memphis today. He could be at Utah tomorrow. We it's mind blowing, right? I mean, I had a JUCO, JUCO product, right? Hashtag, young man that went JUCO because of grades, right? His grades weren't where they needed to be, so he couldn't sign on the dotted line for a Power Five that he had the offer to. He couldn't do it, so he went JUCO, got his grades right. He played one game this COVID season with JUCO in Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, right? At Lackawanna Community College. I just like saying that. But he so so he goes there, balls out, gets the call from Penn State, and guess who's on the coaching staff, right? It was his former high school coach
Hmm.
that got him in the door. How about
Wow.
that? So
Wow,
so
man. You never
opportunity,
know,
when
man.
opportunity knocks, man. And look, he said he took a few days to weigh out his thought process, but at the end of the day, he's from Philly. Penn State's in state. He just got a second chance. Why not take it?
Why
Full
not
ride
take it?
scholarship, and now he's a Penn State Nittany Lion, doing real big things. He's looking forward to going out there and balling out. This coming fall. It's crazy.
Hey, always love who always pay attention to the ones that love you,
That's
not the
it.
ones you like that's dissing you.
That's it.
Don't do that. Fool's gold. That's fool's gold. Hey, I got Chandler, a kid named Chandler Pullum, man. Um, he's in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I think the kid is going to go to a school something like Yale, man.
Okay. We
And you're going to he's a very intelligent kid. And kids, you have to do this. I learned this from my high school coach. Don't wait till your junior year or your senior year to take your SAT or ACT. Go ahead and take that your freshman year. I don't care what your score is.
take it. Be
Go
prepared.
ahead and take it so you can see what it's like.
That's it. Don't go in blind. You go in blind,
Don't,
and 9 times out
I
of
took
10,
mine
you
my
go in
freshman
blind.
year.
You take it the day. You take it the morning after a big game on Friday night, right? So you come in, you're hurt, banged up, tired, and you really don't know what to expect other than some maybe pre-test that you've taken online. Some things that you've Googled. But the reality of things, that test isn't what you Googled. So take it at an early age. Go in freshman year, take it. If you fail it, that's fine. Fail miserably, but learn. It's a life lesson, man.
Learn.
Learn from it.
Learn,
That way,
man.
that way, when you go in, you knock it out the park. You get the score you need. You impress these coaches academically. You impress them athletically, and then you sign on the dotted line and go live out your dream, right?
Hey, you said whole bunch, man. And it's all true.
That's
Hey,
it
man, I appreciate you,
for
man,
sure.
for giving me this opportunity to talk about these kids, man. Um, I have a kid named EJ. I want to. I tear his name up if I say it. But it's not Chavez. Yeah, EJ.
Send it to me on Twitter.
Small. Yeah, he's a small kid, man, but he has one of the biggest hearts I ever seen. He's very disciplined, man, and this kid is a 22 kid. I believe that if somebody give him a chance, man, whether it's a quarterback or playing slot receiver, they're gonna get a very disciplined kid. But this platform, man, can help a lot of these kids, and that's what I try to do. And that's the reason I started the Rifleman Challenge, and another reason I started King QB Academy, man, so I can help these kids get on the right path. Because I didn't have that. I had my
That's it.
coaches, but I didn't have a personal trainer and things like that, man, and to give me what I needed. My head coach was my recruiting coordinator.
Oh
Now
wow.
schools have recruiting coordinators in them, and 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 when I
First step.
tell you, man, you have to show respect.
Yeah.
Because one thing I'm not gonna do is lie for you, and I'm not gonna lie to a coach.
Heck
I'm
no.
gonna always tell the coach what the real deal is about you. I'm giving you strengths and I'm giving you weaknesses. And if I tell you, hey, coach, if he got a girl around him, uh, you know, he might he might start playing like Jane a little bit. But when the girl ain't around, he's Tarzan all day. So I will tell the truth to a coach, man. And coaches, and I'm gonna tell y'all this: coaches know, because they not only do they come here from your coach,
Right.
they hear from the teams that you play for.
Oh, that's exactly it. Yep.
So that's how a lot of guys get offers, man. I just remember a big guy that I coached against one time. He played tight end and DN. He had no offers. 3 weeks before signing day, the boy had 13 offers, all because everybody in what we call down here in Texas is our district. Some people call it leagues.
Right.
We call it our district. And every coach and all these coaches said, man, everybody's been telling me about this kid. The kid ended up going to Baylor. He went from nothing to Baylor.
You'll take that all day.
Take that all day,
All
man.
day. All you
All
need is
day.
that one, right?
All you need is one.
That's it.
And don't let it be fool's gold, people.
That's it. Don't
Don't
chase
let
the
it be
name.
fool's gold, man.
Don't chase the fame.
Go
Chase
to
the
where they
right
love you.
opportunity. That's all you can do.
Correct.
If you don't go to the right fit for you, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna fall in the wind. You're gonna be sitting on the bench. You're gonna be in the free agent transfer portal because that's basically what it is. You're an unrestricted free agent these days. And
Yeah.
we see kids these days, man, they're leaving Power Five programs. They're leaving like a South Carolina so they can go to a Clemson or an Alabama. They're starting in South Carolina. They're now second string, at the new school. Why transfer? What are you doing? I
Makes
don't
no
get it.
sense to me.
I get it. I don't
No,
get it.
people are scared to compete.
That's
Let that be it.
exactly
That
it.
they're scared to compete. You have to go compete, fellas. There's nothing's gonna given. There's nothing's given,
Because
and if
think
it
about
is, it's probably not worth it.
exactly, and if you think about it, right? So if you're not willing, or if you're scared to compete against the guy, coming up behind you, and you transfer out, what are you gonna have to do there? You think they're gonna hand you the keys to the Maserati and tell you to go have a good night? I don't think so. At the end of the day, I think you're still gonna have to compete against the guy beside you, and then what happens?
All day,
If
all
you're
day.
fortunate enough, right? So, and unless you're, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, or one of the, the top sought after quarterbacks, right? And you get drafted, what do you got to do? Just because you got drafted to the NFL don't mean you're an NFL superstar. You got to go in there and you got to compete. And with the NFL, guess what? You're not hitting that transfer portal. You're not going to
No,
go play somewhere else. All you can do is moan and groan to your agent and hope to get a deal, to go find a new home. But at the same time, if you're a rookie, that it doesn't work that way. You sign 4 years, that's it.
hey, I just had one of my kids, man. Uh, that went to Ohio State, Baron Browning, man, got drafted in the third round, man, to Denver.
Okay.
And when I tell you, this is one of the most humble kids that I have ever been around, man. Uh, Worked hard, um, a superb athlete. I mean, when I say a superb athlete, he went from in one game his cornerback was getting toasted. At halftime, they made the switch and put him at corner,
Oh,
and he shut down the kid to just one catch. The kid had 7 catches. He had 7 catches for about like 130 in the first half. 2 tubs. He gets one catch. He went 1 for 6. One catch for 6 yards after that. So when I say there are freaks of natures out here, that's a freak of nature. A
that's it.
guy moved from middle linebacker to corner.
It's
So
it's remarkable.
you guys that want to you think you want to play on the next level, those are the type of things. And oh, let's not forget, he did go he did go 4-4-3 after he slipped at the opening
Okay.
in his junior year. He slips out his start, but goes 4-4-3.
Speed. You can't.
So
I mean, you either got it or you don't, right? I mean, you could train all day, but you're not going to go from a 4.5 to a 4.3, right? You're going to go from a four
no,
five to like a 4.48. I mean,
yeah,
that's it. So
yes.
speed is, if you
So
got it, you got it.
you gotta be humble, man. You gotta take this serious. I always tell guys, even guys that I've coached at the high school level, get some training on the outside, um, from somebody else. Because honestly, coaches and a lot of parents don't understand this. Coaches don't have that much time to break down and train your kid.
That's it.
In Texas, it's illegal. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't. I can't. If I'm at a high school and I'm coaching, I cannot do any training. I can only do the training within inside
Of
that
your
period.
program.
That period of that I can touch them. But we can't. We're not allowed to have balls. Okay,
Oh,
until the end of the summer. This year it was different because of the pandemic,
right,
but
right.
they're going back to it. We can't.
It-
We can unless you have a spring ball. No,
oh wow.
you have to go out. And Glenn Rice's dad said this a long time ago, and it made sense to me. It was funny, but it made sense. He said, "Man, what I'm getting for my kid each session, that's like a case of beer, and I can put the beer down and help my kid come successful." And that's what he has done, man. So you have to come, you have to get some more training on the outside with somebody that knows they're doing,
Right.
regardless of what position you're doing. Um, a lot of times, don't fall for the big names just um, because it might not be right for you. School wise, go somewhere that you're comfortable with.
That's
You
it.
know, now and one more recruiting tip: don't go to school for a coach. Don't go to Alabama because of Nick Saban. Nick Saban's not gonna get you in the NFL.
Heck
Nick
no.
Saban is Nick Saban is trying to get a dog every year at your position.
That's it.
Okay, if you think it's a joke, ask Jalen Hurts.
I mean, that's exactly it. But look, kudos to Jalen, right? He goes to
Right,
Oklahoma, still did his
right.
thing.
Still did
Somehow,
his thing.
so he gets to the NFL in the second round by my Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz somehow gets ousted overnight. That whole scenario was just confusing to me, but nonetheless, we got my man Jalen partnered up with my man Devontae Smith, and I'm excited about that. You
Man,
know,
Jalen is the kid who was coached in high school by his dad down South Texas,
okay,
outside of Houston, Channelview, man, and his dad is a good guy, um, and dad, he just one of those coaches kids. So studying, he's a very smart, intelligent kid. He studies film a lot, and he's just one of those kids that you I'm hoping that comes along to be one of a household name as a superstar.
that's it.
You know, and probably
For
get
me, I hope so as
help
well.
Philadelphia.
I'll take another
Yeah,
championship, right? That's
right. Help Philadelphia back, getting back.
it.
And I can even say, um, if all fails, man, the kid can be another Michael Vick type kid who can throw it and run it.
I was gonna say, I mean, he's super talented. They just got to have the right
Right,
system with the right mindset, and more importantly, they got to figure out what they want. Because clearly they didn't know what they wanted over the last couple of years. They were trying to figure that out. Wentz, was he or wasn't he, right? And then now it's like
right,
Jalen, is he or isn't he? Because now today's headline is Deshaun Watson. You know, the number one landing spot potentially is Philly now. It's like, what does that? What does that do? I want to see my man Jalen on the field. Watson, he's bringing a lot of baggage. Whether it's he's guilty or not guilty. That's not for me to decide. I don't know the facts, but I don't need that controversy in Philly. Give my man Jalen the rock. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he
Let
ousted
him work. Let
Wentz.
him work.
Just give him the ball. So
Let him work, man. Now he does have a weapon that they moved up and got
look,
uh,
man,
the
look.
Heisman Trophy winner.
That was the first time in my life that we drafted the one dude that I had my fingers crossed for. Every year, I'm disappointed. This year, I've been saying, I was like, look, man, if we don't get Devontae Smith, something's wrong. Like it was in line for us to fall and get him. And then we traded our picks, and I'm like, man, what are we doing? Then all of a sudden we trade back up. I said, look, it's a wrap. That's our dude. They call his name. I'm all smiling. Let's go. But look, nonetheless, man, we got to jump off here because my 8:45 is probably already messaging me. But it's all good, man. We've been having a lot of fun. We dropped some knowledge. So look, I'm gonna
Yeah,
hand you the floor one last time. Shout out anybody, family, friends, whoever that you just want to give some love to, man, before we jump off of here.
man. I really want to say kudos, man. I have a daughter, man, who's going to University of Mexico. She graduates next month. I got a 14-year-old daughter who's hooping. Um, she plays basketball. She's in there playing right now.
Okay,
Today she's playing. They asked her to come play today in this little spring league. So she's 14. She's on the 16 EYBL team,
okay,
Nike team. So she's uh she's one of the 3 8 graders on this team. So she's doing her thing, man. Um, I want to make another shout out. I'm to all the mothers out there that I didn't get to say Happy Mother's Day to yesterday on online or whatever. And man, I want to thank the kids that allowed me to train them, man. That the parents allowed me to train their kids and trust me to get their kids right, man. And like I said, man, right down below, man, you see the phone number,
that's it.
you see the handle. Um, you can hit me up anytime, man, and let me know what you want to do. And man, we can get with it, man. And I appreciate you for letting me have this platform today, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you jumping on, taking the time, dropping some knowledge, sharing some stories, sharing some laughs. Look, it was a lot of fun, right? Now we just got to get some of your dudes that we shouted out, right? So look, anybody, it's an open invite, man. If you got a story to share, Spotlight 39 is the platform for you, right? Like I said, 0 stars, 0 offers, 5 stars, 50 offers. I don't care. You got a story, let's get you on here, man. So until next time, I'm Rob Bodie, Spotlight 39. My man, I appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Let's stay in contact, all right?
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.